But what I really wanted to ask you about today, Jeff, was the National Writing Project. You've been very involved, of course, in Maine and as director at Boise State University. And my company does a lot of support of the Writing Project. My wife's actually a fellow of the Western Pennsylvania Writing Project. So I really appreciate it. I'm sure our viewers would also, if you just spend a couple minutes with us, I'll let our audience know just why you're so passionate about the National Writing Project, and also, of course, why teachers should consider getting involved.
Well, the National Writing Project was the seminal shaping event and influence on my own teaching. I got involved very early in the 80s and remained active in the Maryland Writing Project through the time I taught in Maryland. And it was the most important influence in my teaching. I'm now a director. I was the director of the Maine Writing Project and now the director of the Boise State Writing Project. And I hear the teachers every year say what I've said since the time that I was a fellow, which was it's the most amazing professional development opportunity, and that it's ongoing support for me as a teacher. And I know a lot of times when I say that, you know, the teachers are going yada, yada, yada to themselves, but at the end of every summer institute, that's what I hear people saying, that's what they write down, they go, this was amazing. Now, what makes it so amazing? Well, number one, I think teachers very rarely get time to sit with other professionals and reflect on their teaching and reflect on what are the principles behind what makes my teaching work, or what are the issues with my teaching and what are the principles I could use to address them. And in the summer institutes, what you do is you basically reflect on your teaching and bring to conscious competence the principles behind your successes. And that's expressed in what's called the teaching demo. You also do a lot of writing of your own. One of the premises and principles of the Writing Project is those who can do and can teach about it, teach. And the premise is that you have to do what you teach. You know, if you're a scientist, you have to do science. If you're a writer, if you teach writing, you have to write. And so you do a lot of writing, and you're in a writing group, and you get support to do your writing. So that's another great thing that teachers often don't take time to do. And of course, you reflect on your process as a writer. And another thing you do is you read some of the research and you discuss it with people, and you find an area of interest and an initiative you want to pursue, and you immerse yourself in what's being written and thought in that area. So that's another very, very powerful move. So the National Writing Project is really about the professionalization of teaching and helping teachers to further develop the professional knowledge that they have, and to articulate more fully what they already know, and to take that forward into the future. So it's a very, very powerful experience, and our fellows remain friends for years and continue to work together. Some of the writing groups stay in touch and continue to work together for 10, 11, 12 years. So you form friendships and networks.
I'm delighted you brought that up, because I think that's a key factor of it in terms of our family anyway. My wife has some of her best professional buddies that she met in the Writing Project, and I think when professional teachers band together in professional groups, it just helps keep everyone going and keeps everyone positive, which, as we all know, sometimes can kind of go astray when you get back with the main population of teachers, because sometimes some of them can be negative, and so it's nice to hang with positive people.
Well, teaching's a very tough job, and as Vygotsky pointed out, teaching and learning are relational. And so often we go into our classrooms, we close our doors, but in the National Writing Project, you get a network of people who share your concerns and who are reflective teachers and who are willing to help you on projects. And we do a ton of projects within schools, but also across schools. And we've had lots of teachers from the Writing Project be recruited by teachers from other schools saying, we got to teach together. And so it's just a very, very powerful relational pursuit, and you become involved with a network of other professionals who are interested in helping you as thinking partners to do your work. So it's just good stuff. Right. And even though the National Writing Project was, I think, ignorantly defunded by the federal government, sites have found ways to survive, and they're doing as vital a work as ever. In fact, I think even more important with the dearth of professional development opportunities of quality, and with the new Common Core state standards coming down the pike, which means everyone's going to have to become more reflective and more professional in their teaching and assessment. I think the need for the writing project is greater than ever.
Exactly. Well, Jeff, you're an amazing talent. I think education is very fortunate that that's the field that you chose to be in, and we're certainly grateful. If anyone's interested in learning more or doing more with the National Writing Project, of course, you can contact my company or the National Writing Project directly at www.nwp.org. So thank you, Jeff. I appreciate your time this afternoon. I know you have a hectic schedule and you've got in between several sessions they're asking you to do here. So thanks again for the time.
My great pleasure.